All right. It's supposed to be the Sammy show.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens with the Sammy show.
Yeah.
Ooh, lightning.
Yeah, lots of lightning.
Lots of lightning.
Lots of lightning.
Lights lightning. All right.
I thought I was going to get hit when I ran out there. That's how much lightning there is.
Yeah.
There's been a lot.
What happened to my background?
That I don't know.
My background all disappeared. Oh, Sammy was quick.
Yeah.
Sammy, that's quick for a Jew.
Yeah.
What's going on, Sam?
Hey. All right.
This is Sam reporting live from the Holy Land, episode August 13th, 2025. I really appreciate everyone coming down here. We're doing an actual official Sammy reporting live, which we probably haven't done one for 6 months, 8 months. So, Sammy, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us today. How was it in Israel?
Well, I'm actually in a very good mood, and I'm less anxious, less tense, less stressed out, because I'm very secure in my knowledge of what is going to happen soon. And everything we've been talking about for years is reaching ahead right now, and we're about to crescendo. We're about to get a big a fat lady singing moment. And I'll tell you why, because deadlines have been issued and they will be met. And I'm talking about deadlines for ending the war, the last stage of the war against Hamas in Gaza. The Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu stated that his deadline is for before this upcoming October 7th anniversary, and that we should begin the final push to get our hostages and to defeat Hamas and put them down by the end of this month, meaning the campaign. The campaign.
Yeah, about fucking time.
Yeah, the campaign will kick off, and the stated goal is to finish the job before October. So that puts us in the high holidays of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Simchat Torah, Shmini Atzeret, and so on. The religious news channel we have here, our version of Fox News, the right-wing religious news network we have here. We have a spokesperson, a journalist that is in direct contact with Bibi, and Bibi gave interviews, and he stated yesterday and the day before that the stated goal and the deadline is to finish this war and to have it behind us by October. So that means less than 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you for months and for endless amounts of times that the actual peak, the actual marker for the global financial collapse is metaphysically linked to the end of the war in Israel and to the end of the war against Iran and to the end of the war against our enemies here. That is when God steps in and takes over. He humbles the nations. He humbles the Arabs. He humbles the Persians. He's already in the process of humbling the Iranians. The Iranians, the goddamn mullahs and the Ayatollah, they came out and stated that they're going to be out of water by September, which means a couple of weeks from now. Their oil reservoirs are down below 40% capacity in their dams. They're trying to divert water to the reservoirs for Tehran because Tehran is going to die of thirst. They're in a full-blown drought. And they had, guess what? They had record temperatures in Celsius. I know this. They stated their highest temperatures recorded ever in history, 50 degrees Celsius, which is actually 125 degrees Fahrenheit. They had that in Iran. They showed footage of people trying to cross the streets. The fucking soles of their shoes melted into the asphalt.
Yeah,
And
I bet it did.
they could not lift their shoes out of the asphalt because it melted into the asphalt.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
people take this heat wave as a joke. It ain't no joke. It's our
No, it
fault.
happened in India as well. And guess where else it happened? 45 degrees Celsius was reached in Japan. Japan had over 100 degree Fahrenheit
Yeah,
heat.
see, Japan's not used to it.
No.
So it was a real shocker for them because they're not used to that kind of heat.
And
They're right up here.
everybody knows that in our eschatology, it states that the sun will burn people to
It
death
does say that.
in the,
It does say that.
prior to the arrival of the Messiah. Okay?
Yeah, it does say
And the
that.
Christians adopted that from Jewish beliefs, Jewish eschatology, Jewish prophets. Okay, so that is actually manifesting. So that's one clear sign. And also, guess what? The tiresome issue of the banking system, the global banking system, the markets, it's coming to a head because now China can no longer conceal the fact that their venture capital group, the group that funded all of the real estate, Evergrande, and all the rest of them, they're trying to restructure all the debt, and they can't. They have to mark it down, and the banks are going to lose shitload tons of money. And European banks, they're all intertwined with this. The Chinese banks first, then the European banks, then the American banks. There's going to be contagion. They're talking about this nonstop. All the fucking YouTube economist, analyst fucks. Okay, they're saying this is coming to a head now. There's no fixing it. There's no restructuring it. It all has to be marked down. It all has to be discounted to pennies on the dollar. Banks will lose billions and billions of dollars, and it will force banks to go bankrupt, and they won't be bailed out. There is no bailing them out now. The Western nations, Europe, America, they're no longer going to print money to bail out these banks. They can only do so much. The last round with that one bank that they started having to bail them out when they said they wouldn't. You remember that last year around March when you had all those high-tech investment banks that started going under, and on the books it was already clear that there are not going to be any more bailouts, but they went back on their word and they bailed them out. Remember? Something SBC or something. I forget the name
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of
building
people,
had the 666 bit.
Yeah, that's the building that had 666 on it, wasn't it, Sammy?
all those fucking banks. But guess what? All the money in the world is not going to bail out the banks this time around. They are going to bail in.
Do you see the fiat currency going out here real soon?
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting ready to transition over to digital currency.
Well, they're
100%. Look,
yeah, but then wait, hold on. Yeah, but we're trading one fake money for another fake money.
I know, but it's because everything is fake and synthetic and artificial, including the fucking food you're eating in that disgusting restaurant or eatery, fast food place. You're eating plastic. You're eating garbage. Right. And your money is plastic. Your money is garbage. And it's all a facade. It's all a horse shit. But the president in office now has already taken into account that he does not want to have riots on his hands. He does not want to have anarchy on his hands. No. And he knows where things are headed. So the whole thing with the National Guard and martial law and federalizing Washington, D.C., the first initial step, he's already stated today that he plans on doing the same for San Francisco, Chicago, Oakland, New York, Baltimore, all the blue cities. Guess what? Why is he all of a sudden in a rush to do this? Even though it is a sort of like desperate
But see, here's what's so confusing, Sammy. What's confusing is that we got Trump on tape with the head of the Fed. That's got to be a rhyme here somewhere. But
Jerome Powell. Yeah, Jerome Powell.
Yeah, Jerome Powell. Thank you. And they're in the basement, and they're just working all kinds of. They're working like gangbusters, building that building up for some reason. And it's like, what the hell, man? I thought he was going to dismantle the shit, not build it up.
Well, and now there's supposedly a real argument going on between him and Jerome Powell. Not argument, but fight. A war of words and threats. And Trump told him, "Look, I'm going to sue you because you renovated the Fed building illegally with funds that were not allotted to you. And if you're not going to lower rates, I'm going to sue you or fire you, whatever." But he's making threats. He's making open threats against Jerome Powell. He's making open threats against Jerome Powell. Look, the situation in China is about to get out of control. A lot of banks will lose so much money that it'll blow up. It'll prick all the derivatives bubbles, and then everything goes. Guess what? The real estate bubble in America has already been popped, and they're keeping that a secret. People cannot sell their homes anywhere in America. They have to write down the law, a lot of losses for when they try to sell their homes. They now are advertising at very extreme discounts, and people are still not buying. A lot of schmucks in America are in the same shoes you two guys are in, and they don't have money to they don't have enough a pot to piss in. They don't have nothing.
And that's why I keep harping on these Doge checks, because if every American got a Doge check, which is estimated about $15,000, if every American got 15 grand, okay, what is an American going to do with that money? By and large, they're going to go out and they're going to buy things. When they buy things, this stimulates the economy. The businesses start perking up. They want to hire more people as a result.
Well, yeah, I don't think that we're going to get to the point of stimmy checks or Doge checks or any tariff bullshit, because Trump knows where things are going now. They're keeping a close eye on China and the banks. They know there's going to be contagion. They know it's going to take down Europe first. And guess what? It's exactly what people described. It's going to be a domino effect. They're all in bed with one another. They're all invested in one another. They all took each other's debt. They're all one big fucking cabal, a conglomeration of banks, and they're all going to fall like dominoes. And Trump knows this. That's why he's already prepared the infrastructure for the stable coin and the digital currencies. You're not getting stimmy shit. He's going to transfer over to digital currencies, and everybody's accounts will be totally destroyed, totally robbed, totally, bail-ins, whatever, total erasure of your bank accounts. The value of your homes will go down to almost nothing. You'll have a complete reset. But he's already putting National Guard in the streets of the violent cities with all the Democrat blue cities, because he knows those are the ones that are going to go off. He has to prepare the field, the stage for martial law. And no matter what anybody says, these are the signs. When you have the signs lurking in the background and people that pay attention see that this is now not something that can be papered over, can't be swept under the rug. They have to restructure, and they won't be able to. All right? They have to write down the debt. They have to discount all of that bad debt, and then it takes down the banks. It starts in China, goes to Europe, and then the contagion hits the United States. And all the derivatives of trillions and hundreds of trillions wipes everybody out when you hit that button. When you pop all those bubbles of the derivatives, it's far worse than 2008 with the housing bubble bursting. The housing bubble already burst, but this time around they're keeping it quiet. They're not advertising it. The insiders know, and they're not making a big deal out of it because they want China to go down first. They want China to get the blame along with Europe, and then America's going to go down last. In the meantime, they're doing everything behind the scenes to maintain the illusion of stability, even though gold prices are shooting through the roof and silver prices are shooting through the roof. Those are also bank killers, okay? Price suppression for gold and silver is what keeps the fiat currency viable. When the gold and the silver go up too high and they can't be manipulated down, that's another harbinger. It's another sign that the fiat currency system is about to die. And when they can no longer manipulate it, it's a signal that it's dying.
I get it. I don't think many other people do, but I do get it. But here's the problem with me. The problem with me is that I know digital is just as bad as the fiat currency, maybe even worse, because the digital, they don't have just your money with digital. They've got your name, your address, your phone number.
Exactly. Well, you already have a surveillance state with all of the fucking illegals and the criminals and all the homegrown, natural born American criminals, the criminal element over there, the desperate people. It legitimizes or it convinces the average American that a surveillance state is going to be required no matter what. And so Trump has already talked about now all the illegals that are being deported, they're having their eyes scanned. All right? Mm-hmm. There's eye scans in all of the deportation facilities so that they'll be able to.
I saw it, not to interrupt, but I saw an article about that. I think it was either today or yesterday on the TV. And this lady was pissed because she found out, I guess, her mobile device or laptop or something happened. And they actually got a scan of her eye and she found out.
All right, good.
She raised hell about it. Now, I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but I mean, she raised hell about it.
At this point, you can kiss your civil liberties goodbye, kiss the First Amendment, all that, give constitutional rights goodbye. Because you're in a crisis situation. He already declared formal martial law over Washington, D.C. by federalizing it. It's the first precedent. It's the first example for what he's going to do in the rest of America's shithole cities. And guess what? Most Americans that live there are not going to put much of a resistance. They actually want that because it's gotten bad enough that you can't walk the streets, and when you do, you risk getting mugged or raped.
And
so he let it go on long enough, but now we have actually reached the critical point that can be gauged and understood by.
Let's be honest.
That you can understand. No, but let me finish my train of thought. It is legitimately happening. Because people that are in the know realize that now they can no longer drag this out. They can no longer pull this rubber band and extend it further than it's already gone.
Right, because
it's no longer in the hands of Trump. This is now, China. China was propping up the world after the first global financial collapse by blowing up their real estate bubble and financializing everything. Okay,
and everything shifted to China.
Yeah. So there's no protection against this. You can you all the bullshit claims that you can isolate yourself or that you could shield yourself or disconnect. It's all impossible because of globalization and because they've all invested in one another's debt and they've taken on one another's debt. They shuffle the debt around. Everybody's exposed, including American banks and especially European banks. Europe is going to go down first, and once the European banks go down, then America goes down like a week or two later. And they know this. That's why he's implementing all of this
add
two and two together. He's implementing martial law in the cities because he knows what time it is.
It's getting late. That's for sure.
Scammy time. That's what it is.
It's getting late, no doubt about it. But
guess what? It parallels and it all falls in line and all correlates to Israel's war ending. Okay, and once when I told you what my rabbi said is when Israel's war ends, God intervenes directly, and all the nations are humbled. They're taken down to their knees. They're brought down to their knees. All right, which
Well, they
means
are.
God is going to crush you, and He's going to humble you, and He's going to change your way of life. Kiss reality and kiss normalcy and normality goodbye.
Yeah, 'cause
You're
it's gone.
you're going into a certain level of Mad Max. What he said would happen first would happen in France as a wake-up call to the Jews living in the diaspora. All of them around the world will look and see that the Jews of France will be massacred by the Muslims living there in a similar fashion to what happened on October 7th, which means they're going to get raped, butchered, massacred, mutilated, and cruelly disfigured, burned alive. Exactly what the Hamas and the Al Qaeda and the ISIS did, and a bunch of the Chechen mercenaries, Russian-speaking Chechen mercenaries, along with Turkish officers, special forces officers that trained these fucking people, and the Egyptians. It was a conglomeration, just as it's described in Ezekiel 38. It's abstract, but Ezekiel 38 was fulfilled. And so what my rabbi said is that God has lost all patience with the Jews of the diaspora. He's fed up. He said at the point where he said, I'm not going to put up with your games, your excuses, your arguments, and your stubbornness. I'm going to have the Gentiles massacre you that just the same way as they massacred you on October 7th. And when the Jews of the diaspora see this in America and the rest of the world, they will take that to heart. It'll be just like in the Sahara. What is it? In the safaris, or what do you call that?
The bush. It's
bush.
just like in the bush.
The bush.
The lions and the gazelles and what is that called? The savannah.
The savannah,
right.
yeah. Well,
All
the
right,
savannah's actually open plain.
All right, when your Salamata was running around with the spear and half naked.
You know what, Sammy? She
was spearing the zebras.
That's why my
She was riding a zebra half naked. The zebra.
That's why my Salamantu has nice creamy pussy. And,
Yeah. All right. Well, so take an example from what happens on the savannah. I told John. I told you. It's like the herd will get spooked when one or two gazelles get mauled and massacred by the lions. And the easy targets are the Jews of France, because Macron is letting all of the Gaza Fakistinian fuckazoids, the fucking Hamas is in France right now. They're in France.
That's what I was hearing, is that all the countries of Europe now are trying to recognize Palestine. And
that's also a crescendo moment. It's also a pivotal moment. It's a sharp sort of like wake up call, because this is when God steps in, and it correlates to the end of the war. Ending the hostage crisis and putting down whatever's left of the Hamas. And then God steps in. There's going to be a global financial collapse. You have all of these militant, aggressive, hostile Arab fucks in France now, and the easy targets, the gazelles, the quick kills are the Jews of France. Okay, and my rabbi said this: the Jews of France are the primary targets right now, and they're easy targets. They will get massacred, just like what happened on October 7th. The Jews of America will take notice. The Jews of England will take notice. The Jews of Australia, all of them, wherever they are, they'll take notice. They'll be in a state of shock, and they'll start picking up and leaving. Okay, and he said once the global financial collapse hits and they have no money in the banks, and the banks refuse to let them have anything of their savings or investments or whatever, they'll say
they'll lock it down.
They'll lock it down, and they'll give them bank stocks, or worthless bank stocks, or whatever, or promises, or IOUs, and all that. Yeah. What he said was, that if the commercial airlines refuse to fly and refuse to extract the Jews of France or Europe, whatever's left of them over there, that Trump will send C-17 Globemasters. And he used a very specific description of the American military planes, where they'll load these planes and they'll, standing room only, and they'll like herd them in like what do you call that? Like sardines. They'll pack them in like sardines.
Yeah.
And he said the capacity is to airlift 2,000 at a time. In those C-17 Globemasters are capable of doing that. And there are 400,000 approximate number of Jews in France. He said whatever they can manage, they'll airlift them out, and a lot of them will end up dying there. A lot of them.
Sammy. They're saying Rabbi Shmuley is your rabbi.
No, Rabbi Nir Ben Artzi. Shmuley's a fucking sellout. Shmuley sold himself out for the money. He would have been perfect to sell John the flashlight. He could have sold him a flashlight.
Shmuley actually does sell those things.
His daughter does as well. Fucking sell kosher sex, kosher Jesus, kosher dildos up your ass, kosher this, kosher that, kosher cheeseburger.
That's really
fuck yourself.
I'm not into that. I'm sorry, I'm not into that creepy shit. No, I'm not.
That's a perfect example of somebody who lost it. All right, he lost it, and a lot of American Jews lost it. All right, they lost the plot. They're there for the money. They're there for the illusion. Yeah. They're there because they turned Jesus into a kosher Jesus that the Gentiles can live with. Both the Gentiles and the Jews can live with the kosher Jesus.
All right, now when we transition from fiat currency to digital, they're going to lock everything down, which is to be expected, and then that's when the Muslims will attack. You think?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Absolutely, 100%.
Now,
they'll be like wild rabid animals, wild rabid dogs, and they're already doing this shit in Spain. They're already going wild. They're wilding on everybody.
I'm with you on that because I've seen it live on video. But okay, now I know obviously no man knows the day or the hour. Okay, no man knows the day or the hour.
Well, now you can't speculate, too far out. I posted on Facebook what my train of thought was.
Right.
Deadlines have been set, and people are. It's beyond the normal perception of human beings to understand the magnitude of these deadlines. Okay, they're not normal regular deadlines because they are directly linked to God's divine intervention, meaning the deadlines for ending the war, the final stage of the war. And I said this because I'm repeating my rabbi's words, Rabbi Nir Ben Artzi. When this war ends, it is the last war Israel will fight, and God then intervenes. And when he intervenes, he unleashes the angel of death on the world. He's already unleashed him partially, but when he unleashes him, it's going to be a complete humbling of the nations, of all of humanity, and for the purpose of forcing the Jews to leave the diaspora and return to Israel against their will, without their money, without their possessions, their homes, their businesses, with nothing, without their bank accounts, nothing. All right, this is what's going to happen. And when you convert over to digital currencies, all of your savings, they don't translate into the currency in the same value, in the same amount. You're going to get wiped out. It's like a hyperinflation. Everybody gets wiped out, and you start fresh. But Trump is not intending to allow the American population to starve. But there is going to be martial law. You're going to have military on the streets, and you're going to have, basically violent gangs that are going to have to be put down by the military.
All right,
So
it
might not be as bad in America, but Europe is going to be a goddamn combat zone. It's going to be hell on earth.
All right, somebody in the outside chat said, what is your opinion on October 7 being an inside job?
Let me speak to the subject, okay? It's actually described in Ezekiel 37, 38, that a certain a segment of the Jews ruling over, and they're known as Erev Rav. At the end times, we would know them as the souls of the mixed multitudes, dark souls that rule over Israel. They're born Jews. They appear to be Jews, but they're treacherous traitors. They are actually a part of the cabal, a part of the establishment. People like Jeffrey Epstein and Barack. What's his name? The fuckazoid Prime Minister Ehud Barak. Okay. The people in Israel know who betrayed them. It was a betrayal. It was a security stand down, very similar to Pearl Harbor. You had a security stand down there as well, and people were sacrificed. And a lot of people, soldiers were beheaded. Women were raped, butchered, and dismembered. Breasts were cut off, and they were playing catch with their breasts. They killed people at point blank, and
They kill people for fun. Yeah,
total massacres. And you saw them taking bodies.
And these people kill people for fun, and then you got people like Nick Fuentes and Stu Peters that get online and defend these fuckers, man.
Well, they'll say it was an inside job. They did it to themselves. Well, guess what? Guess who was behind it? Was fucking Barack Obama and Joe Biden and the cabal in America, the State Department and the USAID. Okay, what was ruffling their feathers? Why were their panties in a bunch? It was because of the judicial reforms. It was because we were getting the goddamn Freemasons off of our backs, off of our necks, through our judiciary. They rule over us through our Supreme Court and our judiciary. They're packed with these fucking atheist, leftist, progressive fucks that are hand in hand with your fucking leftist, progressive fucks, liberal fucks. Okay, so we were betrayed just the same as you were betrayed on many occasions, okay?
Yeah.
All right, you were betrayed on many occasions. You were betrayed on Pearl Harbor, Vietnam, Gulf of Tonkin. The USS Liberty was a betrayal that actually conscripted Israeli IDF troops, and our government conspired hand in hand with Johnson. So don't give me that fucking bullshit. It's all it's been blown out, just like fucking Johnny's black girlfriend's pussy. Okay, the fleshlight.
He's gonna get you when he comes back.
Yeah, and you got also all of that shit. 9/11. We all know what it was.
Right. We all know,
Israel has a deep state. The United States has a deep state. When you say, well, not in our names, we say the same thing here. When we have a final wake-up call that we were betrayed, the majority of the population here, both left and right, realized that they were betrayed by the establishment, by the deep state, and there was a security stand-down. And thousands of people got killed, molested, murdered, raped. Children got raped, and their bones got broken. And the most horrendous and hellish things, their hips got. They raped these little girls. They broke their hips before they died.
Aggravates me, Sammy. The thing that aggravates me, obviously, as an American, is the fact that Americans and Germans also died on October 7th. And ironically, people like Stu Peters and Nick Fuentes and others, not just them, but others, refuse to accept the fact that, hey, Americans
are great fucking, LARPers. You know, they're LARPers. All right, they're LARPers, and they do it because they like to snipe at the Jews, because they get a thrill, they get a kick out of it, they get a high off of it. It makes them feel good. It's like they're getting even. For fucking Jesus, we fucking crucified their God.
His real name is Mithras. You guys ought to Google that. His real name is Mithras.
Krishna or Serapis or Apollo or Sol Invictus or all of the fucking pagan gods, or Dionysus turning water into wine. Dionysus turned water into wine.
Dionysus did
all
that.
these fucking pagan gods walked on water. All these fucking pagan gods had virgin births. Take your Jesus and shove him so far up your ass that he blows your head up. All right? Fuck you and your stupid fucking pagan idol god. Fuck you. All right? If it's that fucking lie has also been blown out, just like Johnny's girlfriend's pussy.
I think when the end comes, the real end, there's going to be a lot of raised eyebrows, and it ain't just going to be the Christians and the Jews. I think everybody's going to have raised eyebrows.
No. This is a humbling. I'm telling you. Look, what happened on October 7th? They're asking about it. I was brutally honest. I went through that. I was traumatized by that. I was ready to go down fighting. I was ready to go down fighting in a shooting a match or a shooting a whatever rampage. That's what I thought would happen. I was psychologically ready to have that happen.
Okay, now
I was traumatized. No, I did not know that was coming. I did not see that in advance, but I understood it on that same very day, and many others understood it, that it was a goddamn conspiracy. It was a security stand down by our leftist establishment because of the judicial reforms, because the right-wing religious government here was getting too powerful, and the hidden hand, the cabal here, was losing power. And the fact that the judicial reform...
let's make it clear. Israel has a deep state too, folks, not just America. Israel has a deep state. Rothschild is up to his eyeballs in that shit. Okay, but they're saying because you remember me and you talked, and I said, hey, get some buses in there and get them on buses. And your reply to that was what? Do you remember? Do you remember what you replied to me?
Who, the Arabs, the Palestinians?
No.
Well, now
I remember. I told you. I said everybody's complaining about the Palestinians and the so-called civilian Palestinians. And remember, I told you. I said we'll get some
official Trump policy. It's a deportation or relocation or transfer. Right, now that's like American policy. That's American foreign policy now.
And so what happened as of that? Didn't the buses get
up? There's a Rockefeller Museum here. There's a Rothschild. The Supreme Court was contributed, donated by the Rothschilds. A lot of the infrastructure of our government was donated by the Rothschilds. Right. Nobody is naive of the fact of who actually runs the show or who has been running the show. And when the regular average Israeli, doesn't matter Ashkenazic or Sephardic or Middle Eastern, Mizrahi, a lot of us that are like middle class, lower middle class, average people began waking up to the cabal, the hand of the Freemasons, the hand of these two powerful families, and the rest of the financial elites actually controlling us and giving us the illusion of having freedom and democracy here, and they were dictating the terms of how we should live here, and they were trying to subdue the faith and subdue religious.
Like the pagans were controlled years and years ago by Rome.
They do the same thing to you, and a lot of American Jews don't mind. The double standard over there with the Ashkenazic liberal American Jews, multi-generational Jews living there, is because it's such a big country and because it's a majority Christian, they don't mind the Gentiles being religiously persecuted or subdued or restrained in order to make their lives easier living amongst the Goyim, amongst the Gentiles. They don't get. They have the ability to silence all these missionary types that want to yell gospel quotes to their face about the jizz bag, about the fake fucking Greco-Roman invented pagan idol. So it serves their interests to have the Freemasons and the financial oligarchs forcing secularism and forcing non-religious values. And they go along with this because it makes their lives easier in a Gentile country that's majority non-Jewish and Christian. Okay, they ride the wave. All right, and they have their religious freedom if they want to go to a temple or they want to observe or be somewhat Jewish or Jewish for the jokes or watered down Jewish or milquetoast Jewish or white bread Jewish. They find a way to cut, and then they end up intermarrying, and then it turns into a shit show in America. Okay, but we have the same thing here, and here in Israel, the Jews living here feel a stronger connection to their faith and to their history and to their heritage. And when you have non-religious Jews and the Freemasonic cabal and the financial oligarchs and all these motherfuckers pushing the same kind of shit on us, secularism, atheism, progressivism, LGBTQism, all their crap, all right, here we feel it far more than they do in America. We feel suppressed. We feel persecuted here, all right? And then that's when we gather.
You're a smaller.
That's when we gather together and we form right-wing governments and right-wing coalitions, and this gets under their fucking skin more than it does in America because you have useful idiots amongst the Jews in America that kind of reinforce the liberalism, progressivism, LGBTQism. Why? Because it keeps the Gentiles off of their backs. So I can relate. In America, the Jews use the oligarchs, they're opportunists, because it keeps the Jesus pushers off of their backs, okay? But once it happens here, all right, then we wake up to the fact that these are sellouts. These are quislings. These are useful idiots. These are apparatchiks. They're apparatchiks. Okay, and they betrayed us. They betrayed us on October 7th, and they caused the death of their own base, their own constituents. A lot of the kibbutzniks are fucking atheist leftists, and these are the people that got raped, butchered, massacred, mutilated. All right, and these are the fucking people that are finally waking up to the fact that the leftist establishment, the deep state here, betrayed them to the point where they were sacrificed. All right? This is how bad it has gotten, okay? It's not only you people over there that get treated like fucking dog shit. You get treated like dog shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dog shit is right. Come on.
And it's no better here. All right, these people blow a lot of wind up. They blow a lot of smoke up people's asses. They lie to us to our faces. I was on the way to a TV show, and an older couple was on the train. It was a pilot.
Wait, what happened? So everyone's saying, John, get involved. The show's going downhill. Why? What happened? What happened?
Nothing happened. They're just getting a taste of reality.
Okay.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. This is Sammy Live. Sammy reporting live.
This is Sammy Live. Sammy does whatever.
Fuck yourself. Leave.
Yeah, this is Sammy's show.
Sammy's show is
Sammy's show.
Sammy does whatever Sammy wants to do in the Sammy show.
That's right. That's Sammy's show.
All of this is going to be revealed, okay? The fact that it remains that this is prophecy that was written in the book of Zechariah and Joel, that you would have a contingency of Jews that would be a part of the siege of Jerusalem. Jerusalem meaning...
Oh, he froze. Or stuck. Burger King sign in.
It's not dark enough.
Oh. Pretty overcast.
Did Sammy leave? Testing 1 2. Testing. We're back. What happened to the stream? Good. Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
I do
Where did
know.
Sammy go? I was fixing the live stream. The internet crashed on us. I came back and I ended up. Oh, my hairline is getting worse. All the stress from Vaughn is making me lose my hair even worse. Wow, look how Vaughn, look how bad that is. The balding is just terrible. I'm 38 years old and I have the hairline of a 90-year-old
You
man.
wear a lot of hats when you were a kid?
No,
No? Because they say wearing a lot of hats does it.
no, does it?
Yeah, that's what they said.
You're wearing a hat.
This hat, well, that's what they say, though. Wearing a hat like this, you know, you can lose a lot of hair. That's what
He
they
was
say.
booted offline. No, I didn't do anything.
Nobody booted him.
Hashem cut his internet. Maybe Hakadosh Baruch did that. Nobody
booted
cut him.
No.
John Shannon's talking crap about you. I don't know.
We already know that.
Tell Shanny I would like to talk to her. All right, you know what? This is a perfect way to end the show for Sammy. We're going to go live on the mobile device in the car. So we'll pick this up.
Okay.
Did we get enough likes to continue? We need people to like the video in order for us to continue. How many we got? 7.
7 likes. Ouch.
Ouch. We got to pump up those numbers, guys. If you
Of
want
course, it was only 40 people. So, I mean,
if you want us to come back and do a car show, driving in the car live stream, you got to bump those numbers up to 20. Get us 20 likes.
Sammy, so
Just do it for me, guys. Do it for me. If you get us to 20 likes, I'll do a show in the car.
Okay, that's 100.
All right, 13 likes. Okay, come on, 7 more to go. Come on, guys. Come on, 7 more for Sammy. Come on, let's do it for another show.
Take one for the team, guys.
Take one for the team. Let's get us up to 20. 7 more likes. Come on, guys. 17 likes. Okay, 3 more likes. 3 more likes, guys. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. 18, 2 more, and we're gonna go live. Sammy killed the likes. I gave it because Sammy left. Okay, well, if you get us to 20, we'll do a live stream in the car, guys. 20 likes. Come on, bump it up. 20 likes.
Yeah, come on. Just 3 more, guys. Come on, shit. 3 more likes. Come on.
Stop being cheap, motherfuckers. Come on, stop being cheap. Well, anyways, have you got anything to add before we close out, before we go to the car?
Yeah, this whole digital thing scares the absolute dog shit out of me because, like I was telling Sammy, and Sammy agreed with me. He didn't disagree. When we go digital, they don't just have your money. They've got your name, your address, your phone number.
They have everything.
What politics you are, what you had. I mean, where you took a shit. I mean, and
every move you make,
literally every move you make,
every what step you take. I'll be watching you. Yeah, that's the government.
This is the very thing that Orwell warned about. The literal thing that Orwell warned about. And it's just and it's scary, man. It's scary because what if they don't like your politics one day? Oh, well, we'll close down your bank account, and you won't be able to buy groceries or whatnot. Won't be able to pay your bill.
Yeah.
That's some scary shit, man. That's scary.
All right. So we're gonna go live. We're gonna come back. We'll meet you back up. Please, everyone, support the show. Donate to the Cash
And
App.
Subscribe,
share.
Subscribe to mine too, James Gischala.
James Gischala channel. Go check out him. Maybe if you're good enough, maybe we'll start live streaming on his channel. On doing special shows over there. If you behave yourself, you haven't been behaving yourself over here. Mm-hmm. You've been causing me and James to fight, so that's no good.
That's not good.
We gotta stick together.
We gotta stick together
like
for a while.
Peas and carrots.
Yeah. Because if what Sammy is saying is true.
Yeah.
And they get ready to crash the economy. Me and
John's fucked.
We got to stick together.
We're fucked 3 ways to Sunday on that one.
Together, man.
We're gotta stick together.
And really, everybody's gonna have to pull together because it's untelling what's liable to happen in that kind of a scenario. That's not this stuff ain't safe, man. It's scary. It's some scary shit, man.
Judas, I don't think. Okay, Judas. People are saying free Palestine. I'm not. I don't support Palestine. I don't support Palestinians, but on this channel, that's not a bannable offense. Right. If you're being nasty, if you're being nasty, then you get a ban. Come on, guy.
I mean, there's going to be people